and welcome to Kids TV Season 3! Season 3 will be more exciting because we will explore different places in our community.
Oh no!
And I will be your trouble buddy this episode 1. Today's episode is a fun-filled adventure. So what are you waiting for? Come on, let's go!
Oh no!
A community is a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristics in common.
A community is a place where people come together to share common interests and resources.
A community is a social unit commonality such as norms, religions, values, customs, or identity.
A community is a group of people living in one place in a feeling of fellowship with others and sharing their common things like interests, goals, and attitude. Church is one of the examples of community.
Community is a social group of any size whose members reside in a specific locality, share government, and often have a common cultural and historical heritage.
Community is a group of people living in a particular place with common interests such as religion, values, customs, or identity.
History of San Miguel. San Miguel is one of the most progressive towns in Bulacan. Miguel Pineda is a native of Angat, founded it in 1763. Pineda became the first captain municipal. It was said that Miguel Pineda went hunting one day, and he happened to reach Barrio, San Bartolome, located at the foot of the Sierra Madre Mountains. Finding the place suitable for him, he decided to stay, and eventually he was chosen by the settlers to be their leader. The Barrio improved through his leadership. Captain Pineda decided to expand his territory. He met Mariano Puno, the leader of the community called Santo Rosario. The two agreed to form a town between Bartolome, now Tartaro, and Santo Rosario, now Mandile. They chose Miguel Mayumo to be the name of the town, which should be included in the province of Pampanga. Miguel was in honor of Miguel Pineda and Mayumo. A Pampanga word for sweet stands for goodwill and generosity of Puno. The name San Miguel came from an unusual tale. A man from the town claimed that one night on his way home after Gathering bundles of firewood, a big rock to block his way along the river. He tried to find another way, but could not make it. Suddenly, a strong wind lashed at him, followed by the heavy rains. He sought shelter inside a cave. He fell asleep while waiting for the rain to stop. At midnight, a blinding light woke him up. He stood up and saw a dazzling light brighten into the cave. He then discovered a hollow-winged figure. He was sure a miracle happened. He narrated the story to the people by Captain Miguel. They went to the cave and saw a winged figure which looked like Saint Michael, the prince of the angels. They believed that the discovery of the angel was God's blessing and sign of good graces to the inhabitants. In this connection, the people of Miguel Mayumo deemed it proper and timely to add San to the name of the town, in the reference and homage to the discovery of the image of Arcangel. Hence, San Miguel de Mayumo became the complete name of the town. However, the official name of the town at present is simply San Miguel.
Some of our Kids TV friends will help us explore different places in our government.
That's right, Teacher Jason. But before that, let us define what government is. Government is a system or group of people, usually elected to office, governing in a community. It is the responsibility of the government to maintain order and peace in the community. The president is the highest ranking official in our country. Locally, in our town of San Miguel, it is the mayor. Down the line, we have the vice mayor, who in the absence of the mayor, can act as the head of our town. We also have our councilors who create and pass local laws and ordinances in our municipality. Each barangay has their own leader called the barangay captain and kagawads, who are the local counterpart of the councilors at the barangay level. First to give us a message is the father of our town, Mayor Roderick D.G. Pyongson.
Isang pinagpalang araw po sa inyo lahat, sa ating mga batang mag-aaral. Po ang inyong lingkod, Mayor Roderick Pyongson, upang magbigay ng isang maikling mensahe para sa ating mga kabataan. Una, ang ating mga kabataan sa kasalukuyan, dapat po tayo ay tumingin sa kasalukuyan mga nangyayari sa ating kapaligiran. Lalo na ngayon ay nakapaloob tayo sa tinatawag na hindi inaasahan na COVID-19. At ang ating kaligtasan sa ating mundo, ang panatiliin natin una pagtawag sa Panginoon Diyos at magkaroon ng tamang pag-iisip at tamang disiplina sa ating mga sarili. Kaya tungkol naman sa ating buong kasalukuyan na gaganap, siyempre, paalala ko lagi ay siyempre maghugas ng mabuti ang ating mga kamay, sundin ang mga guidelines ng ating pinatutupad ng ating bansa, sa Department of Health. Tungkol naman sa ating mga kabataan, siyempre panatiliin natin ang paggalang at respeto sa ating mga magulang, sa ating mga nakatatanda. Panatiliin din natin lalo na ang pananampalataya sa ating buhay, sa dakilang lumikha ng ating Panginoon Diyos. Kaya matuto tayong tumingin sa mga bagay na kahit maliliit na bagay lang na nangyayari sa ating buhay ay magpasalamat. At ang edukasyon sa ating buhay ay napakadali kung atin lamang itong paglinimiin o tinatawag na pag-aaralan. Walang bobong tao, Basta marunong lang tayong tumanggap at magpakumbaba sa ating sarili. Tulad ko, ang inyong punong lingkod, ang inyong punong bayan, ay nanggaling din sa wala. Pero ang aking pong pinanatili sa aking sarili, yung pagsunod sa aking mga magulang. Yung pagsunod sa aking mga magulang, ang siya kong naging kayamanan na minana sa kanila dahil yung pagdidisiplina sa amin, sa aming mga magkakapatid. Kaya ang aking mga magulang ang siyang yaman ng aking buhay, kung paano ko narating ang aking mga pangarap sa aking buhay sa kasalukuyan. Kaya ang paggalang at pagrespeto sa ating mga kapatid, mga nakakatanda, at sa respeto sa ating kapwa, ang edukasyon ay napakahalaga sa ating buhay. Dahil ito ang edukasyon ang sa magiging susi ng ating magandang pangarap sa susunod na ating panahon na marating natin ito. No? Kaya sa inyong lahat, bilang mga mag-aaral, panatilihin natin ang ating mga pananampalataya, paggalang at pagpapakumbaba. Iyon ang pinakamalaga sa ating buhay. Maraming salamat po at magandang araw po muli sa inyo lahat.
Hello, friends and advancers. I like to introduce to you my tita, Councilor Jong Reyes. He's here to share his knowledge about community service.
Hi everyone, I am Councilor Jerome De Castro Reyes, 26 years of age from Camias, San Miguel, Bulacan.
Can you please explain to us the nature of your work?
The Sangguniang Bayan is the local legislative branch of the municipal governments in the Philippines. One of our main responsibilities is to pass ordinances and resolutions for the administration of our municipality. Our powers are defined by the local government code passed by the Congress in 1991.
Thank you so much for the time. We are truly grateful for having you here.
I am also very thankful to all of you for the opportunity to share my knowledge as a public servant. Bye!
Hello everybody, I'm Chelsea Lavin Vivi Santos, together with Mr. Ferdinand Thompson, our municipal administrator here in San Miguel, Bulacan.
Ako po si Mr. Ferdinand de Guzman Johnson, tumatayo pong municipal administrator ng pamahalaang bayan ng San Miguel, at ang aking pong tungkulin ay alter ego po ng ating municipal mayor, Roderick Johnson, at kaagapay po niya sa lahat ng mga gawain at pagawain dito sa ating bayan ng San Miguel. Sa lahat po ng nangangailangan, kasama niya po ako para mabigyan daan lahat ng mga pangangailangan at maitutulong namin sa tulong po ng lingkod Mayor Roderick de Guzman Johnson. Mabuhay po ang bayan ng San Miguel. Sa inyong lahat, maraming salamat po.
Hello kids, team viewer. Magandang araw po. I am Police Executive Master Sergeant Marcelino Tomas Pangilinan. I'm 23 in the service in the PNP, 23 years. My duties and responsibility is here in the station is to supervise of daily and accounting of personnel. And in the community, our duties and responsibility as a police officer is to maintain peace and order situation, protect lives and property. Yan ang pinaka-main na duty namin sa community. Ang sila ay protektahan at yun din ang lahat ng kanilang kari-arian.
Hi kids TV viewers, good morning. I am Senior Fire Officer 3, Nino Villaperte, licensed criminologist. Recently, the OIC, Municipal Fire Marshal of San Miguel Fire Station. I'm in charge of the Fire Station of San Miguel, Bulacan, the Bureau of Fire Protection. I've been in the public service for 21 years. So as a government employee, I serve the public or the community through the conduct of fire safety inspection as one of the mandate of the Bureau of Fire Protection, and then responding to fire call as one of the job of the fire operation of the Bureau of Fire Protection. We also have Oplan Ligtas na Pangainan The project of the Bureau of Fire Protection are giving information to the community on what to do in case of fire and the things that they must do to avoid having a fire incident in their homes. We also have conduct of fire safety seminar in the school and other business establishment to teach them what to do in case of fire in their respective workplace or school.
Hi kids TV viewers, isang magandang araw po sa lahat. Ako po si Punong Barangay Joseph Perez Pascual ng Barangay Bundiran, San Miguel, Bulacan. Ako po ay isang punong barangay at ang aking pong gawain ay ang public service o ang publikong serbisyo para po sa aking barangay. Ang Barangay Bundiran, San Miguel, Bulacan. Ang aking pong gawain ay tumulong sa aking mga mamamayan sa pamamagitan ng pagbibigay ng pangkalusugang mga gawain gaya po ng mga pagtulong po sa mga aking mamamayan na magkaroon ng mga gaya po ng libreng bakuna, binibigay po ng ating pamahalang bayan at ating nasyonal na pamahalaan. Pagtugon po sa mga kalamidad oras po na mayroong bagyo, kung ano ng mga natural na sakuna po na nangyayari sa ating bansa. At pagtugon po sa mga nangangailangan, gaya po sa kalusugan, gaya po ng mga tumatakbo po sa barangay na nangingi ng tulong para po sa daliyang lunas sa kanilang mga karamdaman. Dahil ang aking pong mga kababaryo ay tumisan, walang sapat na transportasyon para po makapunta sa ospital. Kaya kami po ay tumutugon sa kanilang pangangailangan sa anumang oras. Lalo na po sa mga alanganing oras, mga isang po madaling araw, kaya po ng mga naabutan po ng panganganak, yun po ay dinadala po namin sa ospital po ng aming kalapit bayan. At lalo naman po sa mga panahon ng bagyo, kami po ay tumutulong sa mga taong nangangailangan po ng dagdagang pangangailangan. Kaya po ng pag-aayos po ng mga naputol na mga tanga, ng mga puno ng aming barangay. At yun po ay pinagtutulong-tulungan po ng aming mga sanggunian. At ang ako po ay halos sa 28 taon na po sa panunungkulan dahil po ako'y matagal na rin sa servisyo sa ating pamahalaang nasyonal. Ako po ay galing sa Department of Public Works and Highways ano po ng 28 taon na aking pong natugunan at dumating na rin po ang panahon ng aking pagtatapos ng serbisyo. Kaya po ako ay pumunta naman po sa larangan ng pagtulong po sa barangay. Kaya po ako ay nahalal na punong barangay ng aming Barangay Bundiran. At ang gawain po naman namin dito po sa barangay, pinagpatuloy ko po dahil na alam ko naman po ng pagtulong po sa aming pamayanan. Kaya isa ko na po nakalakihan at bilang tugon na rin po sa panawagan ng aking mga kababaryo, ay pinagpatuloy ko na rin po ang pampublikong serbisyo. Kaya po ako ay nagtungo na rin sa ganitong klase ng pagtulong sa akin. Kaya po yung pagiging punong barangay ay angkop naman po sa aking dating trabaho. Kaya po pinagpatuloy ko na rin po yung pagtulong sa aming pamayanan.
Do you know that the Bible presented how a city can be rebuilt, making it safe and protected from the enemies, and from its ruins, it can rise up again. And it just took the leadership of one man to do this. This is Jerusalem. After it was destroyed by King Nebuchadnezzar, with its walls knocked down and its gates destroyed. During those times, when people were into conquering lands and territories, it was so important for a city to stand strong and protected from invaders and other nations who want to spread their influence. A city without walls, then, can be easily attacked by enemies. This is Nehemiah, an Israelite who comes from the city of Shushan, where Mordecai and Esther live. Nehemiah worked in the king's palace. He worked for the king Artaxerxes as the chief cupbearer. He plays a very important job as he serves the king his wine and makes sure that no one tries to poison the king. Nehemiah was the man used by God to lead in building the walls of Jerusalem again. How did Nehemiah, while he was in Shushan, know about the condition of Jerusalem? Well, one day, Nehemiah's brother Hanani and the other men from the land of Israel came to visit Nehemiah. They told him about the trouble the Israelites are having and how the walls of Jerusalem are still broken down. This made Nehemiah very sad. How was the rebuilding of Jerusalem's wall made possible? Number 1, Nehemiah prayed. He prayed that the king will allow him to go back to Jerusalem to rebuild its walls. Distance is not an issue for a person who loves his city or his community. Wherever we may be, as we grow up, we will always go back to our home and hometown and care for its welfare. Number 2, Nehemiah got favor from God and from the king. The king granted his request and even asked him to get goods for rebuilding. Number 3, Nehemiah got the support of the Israelites. When the enemies of the Israelites saw the wall going up, the enemies planned to kill them. But Nehemiah heard this, and he gave the workers swords and spears. He told them not to be afraid of their enemies. The people were very brave. They kept their weapons ready day and night, and they kept building until the Jerusalem has its walls again. And finally, can you guess how many days did it take Nehemiah and the people of Israel work on these walls? It took them just 52 days. Yes, that's just less than 2 months. With people working together, all determined to finish the job despite threats and oppositions, with people united in purpose of having their city secure and strong again, what seemed hard and impossible became easily a reality.
Isaiah chapter 9 verse 7. And to the increase of God's government and of peace, there shall be no end.
Isaiah chapter 9 verse 7. And to the increase of God's government and of peace there shall be no end. 7. And to the increase of God's government and of peace, there shall be no end. Isaiah 9 verse 7. And to the increase of God's government and of peace, there shall be no end. Isaiah 9 verse 7. And to the increase of God's government and of peace, there shall be no end.
Isaiah chapter 9 verse 7.
And the increase
of God's government and of peace,
there shall be no end.
Isaiah 9 verse 7. And to the increase of God's government